Hi, it's Amy Froat, and I can hardly speak because I can speak obviously, but I went into anaphylaxis yesterday. It's basically a serious case of hives, and my head still itches, and it's also in so much pain because I scratched the fuck out of my head, and my hands are still swollen, though much better. Even this morning they were like hard and like I could hardly bend them, but now it's much better. My nose, literally my earlobes, my face, everything, I felt like I'd been punched. It was the worst case of anaphylaxis I've ever experienced, and I've had it, let me see. One the first time was pretty serious. Though I didn't really know it because I was in my 20s, so I was kind of like oblivious. Everybody was freaked out all around me because my blood pressure was like one. But I was like, no big deal, people. But I guess I could have died that first time, but I just didn't. And I was in the hospital for the night, and I was pretty sick for the next couple days. I actually got sick, I think, being at the hospital. I got the flu really bad. And then brought that home to everybody else. I was living with me parents and my twin sister, Sarah. But I still feel swollen, like my nose and just generally everything. But my lips, okay, it was so bad, and I've never had it this bad to where my tongue and my lips were so swollen that I talked like this. I couldn't talk, and like I just drove to the ER. And because I talked to my doctor, and one of the nurses there, Liz, says, get to the fucking doctor, the ER now. Don't waste your time going to a clinic. Go to the ER, which I kind of hated that I went to the ER because they always take so long. Like I would have had much faster, maybe treatment at a clinic, but I literally just fell asleep. I guess they said, "Wow, you slept for like over an hour, a good part of the time," and I'm like, "Oh." But I guess they gave me Ativan to like calm me down. But literally, I couldn't speak. I pulled up to the place. I just pulled right up to the doors. I wasn't going to be able to park and walk in. And the guy came out and I go, help, help me. I couldn't even say, help me, help me. And he brought me a wheelchair, and then he took my keys and parked my car and brought my keys back. But they got me in pretty quick, and they gave me, all this time I'm like, my chest really hurts. Like it felt like I was having a fucking heart attack. A heart attack. And I was sure of it because I was like, not only has this anaphylaxis created me to not be able to speak. I mean, like I was so like out of breath and everything. I went to the bathroom and took a major shit, which I think was just my body because I was also vomiting. But it was my body's way of getting rid of anything that could be problematic. And I said, I need to go to the bathroom. And it was really one of the best shits of my life. It came out easy. It was cream of wheat because that's all I'd eaten and some pretzels that morning. So it wasn't food related. I think it was smoking related. I've been really pounding the cigarettes like a fucking nut. Smoking like 2 packs a day, and that's insanity. I mean, that's like cigarettes were taking up my life. I don't smoke in my house either. So I was always outside. And I'd even think to myself, you've got this new air conditioning and you're outside most of the time, sweating your balls off, chain smoking. Because also my car, the air conditioning went out. And so it's like I had nowhere to go. And like really today, I'm very asthmatic. And even from if I'd smoke a lot, I was never like this, where I can hardly talk. And I really feel like even from this morning, it's gotten better because this morning I could hardly speak still. I have never had anaphylaxis this bad. And I went to bed yesterday. I don't even know what time it was. It was after I got a delivery, and they forgot most the things I really needed, they didn't have. Such a bitch. Which is a toilet bowl scrubber and a toilet bowl plunger. Not that I have a toilet. I already have one, but I want to throw it away because it's gross. I don't believe in keeping things. If it's been touched, if it has touched shit, it should be thrown away. That's my feeling. And it's plunged shit, so I need a new plunger. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep the old one, but of course that didn't come. But I went and I just put everything away that I knew had to be put away, and I went to bed. It had to be around 4, and I slept until 6 o'clock this morning. I woke up at some point in the middle of the night, and I still felt like, I don't know what time it was because I didn't have my phone with me. I left it downstairs. I didn't care. And I was out. And even this morning when I woke up, I was so weak. I was like, oh my God, I can't take care of these dogs. I can't do it. It's the worst case of anaphylaxis I've ever experienced in my whole life. And I've experienced it. I've had it a few times. Let me think. Probably one, two. Well, I don't want to get that confused. Probably 2 times I had to go to the doctor. And then a lot of times where I just got through it with some better. Oh, don't you like my wall? One of these days, that's not one of the first things, though, that I'm going to worry about. That is cosmetic that I can do last of all. But anyway, um, and I left the dogs alone. You know how it is. You're at the ER. I was probably got there around 9 and didn't leave until close to noon. And I have to go pick up some scripts that they prescribed for me, and I don't know that I'm gonna ever need them. But if they sent me like 5 steroids, that if it ever happens again, I can take a steroid, and Pepsid, which that I think is what they thought was my pain in my chest, but it felt like heart attack pain. But my heart was fine, so unless my heart's playing tricks, you know. But and then something else I forget, but I don't even know if it's ready yet. I don't know. I have to check on it, but um, other than that, I'm fine. I mean, today I had uh, what did I eat today? Oh, 2 pieces of bread with nothing on it, just 2 pieces of bread and coffee. And then I've really been pounding the tea, iced tea. And I drink unsweetened tea. I know people think it's nuts, but I just don't like coffee or tea sweet. But I still feel like I'm a little off my game, I'm just out there. I don't know what's happening. Oh, and it's like I was going to clean the bathroom yesterday, which is going to be a hard job because my bathroom's like, oh, we're going to get cleaned. We haven't had that in 10,000 years. And I don't know if my body was just against that. And so it's like, go to anaphylaxis. But I've never had it that bad. Never. And I was getting into a bad state. And I think it was just a wake up call. And I either heed it or I don't. You know? I either listen or I don't listen and I fucking croak. So there's your choices. But anywho, um, that's all I got. I'm actually planning on going upstairs, even though these two want to eat constantly. I'm going to go upstairs and read because I'm like, Amy, this is not a day to be totally productive. My hands are still really sore because I scratched the fuck out of them. I mean, I was like, because it was so bad. And I got to my chest, went up my arms and my face and my head. Oh, it was bad. But I didn't have any on my stomach or anything like that. But I hate going to the hospital. I hate going to the doctor. I'm not one of those people who are like, ooh, I love to see my doctor. Even though I like my doctors, I don't want to go see them. I don't because, it's not, I don't want to see you, but you have to every once in a while. And I basically knew I was in fucking trouble when I looked at my tongue and it was like, what? It was so huge. And I was like, that's the end, buddy. You gotta go. So, anyway, enough rambling. I'm gonna go read. and relax a little bit, try to get some shit done today. But my main focus right now is just relax because, and I can't let Sarah, my twin, bug me so much. I worry so much about her and think about her so much, like every second, every day, and it's always stressful, and I'm always full of anxiety. And then because it started right after I got off the phone with her, and she can't help it, but she's such a big whiner and baby, and she just wants to get out. And I'm like, you haven't done your part. And I can feel my heart blood pressure rising when I talk about it and when I talk about her. And it's not her fault, okay? But I let it happen. It's me letting it happen. It's not her making it happen. But I'll tell you, it was kind of like I felt like I didn't think I was going to die yesterday. I didn't feel like I was going to pass away. But it definitely made me think, like, what would happen to these two, the dogs. Nobody's going to want them. They're old people now. I'm sorry to tell you that. And Barry has to have 2 shots a day, and he's a sassy little bitch. So I just thought, I can't go out like this, even though I'm sure it'd be fine. Moving on from this life, this physical life is going to be easy and probably a pleasant surprise, but who knows, really? Could be hell. I mean, we don't know. But I think I'm going to go upstairs now and lay down and try to finish my novel I've been reading for a long time. But I thought to myself, what could you replace cigarettes with? And, I don't buy myself anything. If I do, it's rare. And like I bought myself some shoes and a butterfly necklace, but then I won't get anything for myself for a year. I carry the same handbag, and it's a nice handbag. It's a Marc Jacobs, but it's black. And, I carry it spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter. So I definitely get my money, out of it. It's been carried for a long time, but I need something um, lighter and brighter. It's not like I'm going to get rid of Marc Jacobs, but I don't need to buy $10,000 purse. That's not my dream. It used to be, but I'm not interested. I think for $10,000 I could get a tiny clutch. But anyway, a Chanel clutch or something. It's not that I don't agree with this is Chanel glasses. I do agree with name brands, but I don't think I need to spend it's just like I spent a lot of money on the Marc Jacobs purse, but it was not $1,000. It was less than that. And I've carried it for how many years now? 4 years, all the time. So I got my money out of it. You know what I mean? It's not like, I buy a handbag and then I buy another. It's like some of these people, like, I can't even think, Jeffree Star and stuff, they have like vaults where they got like 50 Birkin bags, and stuff like that. And to me, that's just not interesting. I don't want to spend $50,000 on a handbag. And it's not that I'm judging people who do, but I really have and people can collect whatever they want, but it's like, okay, you have 50 Birkin bags. Probably is more than that. You couldn't donate that money to 50 families, and that would make such a huge difference in their life, like to have food and pay for their kids' education and housing and all that. I'm not a judgy person. I don't judge people for what they buy and what they decide to buy, whatever. But it's like, how many millions do you need to be comfortable? I mean, these billionaires, I don't know how they stay billionaires. Because to me, like, okay, say I have 10 billion. I'll keep a billion for myself and live higher than I could ever imagine and have anything I want for the rest of my life. And I could give 9 billion away to specific things, not the government or anything like that, but specific people, specific things, businesses, charities, whatever you want to, however I wanted to do it. And I could make a huge difference in this community. I mean, just for the animals, for people, the homeless, For the people who are addicted to drugs or alcohol, or, people who are abused, people who are suffering and working as hard as they can and still can't make it. I mean, there's so much I could do. Oh my God, how did I get on this rant? I'm going to have a fucking hive attack. But anywho, I'm really going now. And just remember, we're all connected. I love you all, and I believe in all of you, and I see everyone succeeding and everyone doing well and everyone happy and healthy, and really that's all there is to it. All right, stay safe. I love you. Bye. Peace.